Imagine seeing your best friend tomorrow and saying, 你好. It is correct, but your friend might think, what happened? Why are you being so distant to me all of a sudden? So in this video, you'll learn how native speakers actually say hi in Mandarin. Hello everyone, welcome to Chinese Lorange. My name is Ling. I'm a Mandarin teacher and I also speak English and Spanish. In Mandarin, greetings often depend on your relationship with the person, the situation, and sometimes even what the other person is doing. Let's start with 你好. 你好 is correct. It literally means you good and is translated as hello. However, do we actually say 你好 all the time? The answer is not really. We use 你好 when we meet someone for the first time, when you talk to a stranger, when you speak to staff in shop or restaurant, or when you start a more formal conversation. But with close family and friends, using 你好 can sound a bit distant and cold, and sometimes it's like reading from a textbook. So a simple way to remember this is 你好 is okay, but it's not always natural with close people. Now let's look at some casual everyday greetings. These are the ones that you can use with family, friends, people around your age, or someone that you already know. Hi, hello, hey, 好久不见. I know what you're thinking. Yes, hi and hello both come from English hi and hello, but they are also very common and natural to use in Mandarin. We also have characters for both of them. And to be honest, when I see family or friends, I usually just say hi or hello. I've never used 你好 to them. Then we have hey, which means hey. It can be very friendly as well, but it really depends on your tone and the relationship you have with that person, because it can come across a little bit too casual and sometimes even a little bit impolite. So I'll use hey with friends, but not with teachers, elders, or strangers. And finally, 好久不见, which means long time no see. Use this one when you haven't seen them for a while. It's a very natural way to start a conversation. For example, 令好久不见. Now let's talk about time-based greetings. In the morning, you can say 早,早啊,早安,早上好. In casual conversation, a lot of people will use only one character, 早. You can also use 早啊. It sounds softer and friendlier because of the a at the end. You may also hear 早安 or 早上好. So the key idea is 早,早啊,早安,早上好 are the most useful time-based greetings. Another natural way to say hi in Mandarin is by calling someone's name, family title, or social title. So for example, if I see my friend Wang Xiaoming, I might just say Wang Xiaoming with a smile. And it means, hi, Wang Xiaoming. You don't always need to translate the word hi directly. In Mandarin, we also often use family titles or social title as greetings. So I have a sister. When I see her, I often just say 姐,姐 means older sister, and it works like hey sis. I didn't actually say the hi out loud, but the important thing is you have to say nicely, not Wang Xiaoming. Otherwise, it would sound like Wang Xiaoming is in trouble. Say like Wang Xiaoming, much better. Next, we are going to talk about situation-based greetings. This is the part that textbooks often don't explain clearly. Sometimes in Mandarin, instead of saying hi, we describe what the other person is doing. And I know it might sound a bit strange in English because you might think, yes, obviously you can see what I'm doing. Why are you saying that? But in Mandarin, it can feel very natural and friendly. It's not a real question. Sometimes it's just a way to say hi. Let's look at some common sentences. 你在吃早餐啊?你在吃早餐啊?你要出门啦?你要出门啦?你回来啦?你回来啦?你下 班啦？你下班啦？ Let's look at the first one. 你在吃早餐啊？ Literally, it means you're eating breakfast, but the feeling is more like, oh, you're having breakfast. It's one of the warm and casual ways to greet a person. And do you notice the little sounds ah and la at the end? These are sentence final particles. They make sentence sound softer, warmer, and more conversational. If you only say 你在吃早餐, it sounds like a plain statement. The listener may think, okay, and what are you trying to say? But if you say 你在吃早餐啊, it sounds more natural as a friendly greeting. The other person might simply reply, 对啊，我在吃早餐. Another common one is 你要出門啦. It means you're heading out. I actually remember hearing this a lot from my neighbors. When we happened to leave home at the same time, they would say, 你要出門啦. And of course, they knew I was heading out because they literally just saw me closing the door. But they weren't really asking for detailed information. It was just a simple and nice way to say hi. Some other common ones, 你回来啦. It means you're back. 你下班啦. You're off work. Next time, when a Mandarin speaker is describing something very obvious, don't worry, they're not being strange. It's their way to say hi. And actually, this is one of those small things that makes your Mandarin sound much more natural. Now, let's quickly look at formal and polite greetings. These are not usually casual friend-to-friend greetings, but they are also very important in polite and respectful situations. You can use this with teachers, elders, seniors, people you respect, or in public situations. 您好，老师好，大家好，阿姨好，叔叔好。您好 is even a more polite and formal version of 你好。老师好 means hi teacher. The structure is title plus 好. So you can say 老师好，大家好，阿姨好，叔叔好。大家好 means hello everyone, so it's perfect when you speak in front of a group. You can use it at the beginning of a class, presentation, or YouTube video. So one small cultural note, 阿姨 literally means auntie, 叔叔 means uncle. You can use 阿姨 and 叔叔 for your real aunts and uncles, but they can also be used as warm and nice titles for older family friends, neighbors, your friend's parents. For example, if you see your friend's parents, you can say hi to them by saying 阿姨好，叔叔好. But because these words are related to age, don't use them for every stranger. If you're not sure, 你好 or 您好 is better. So today we've learned Mandarin greetings are not always about saying 你好. Use 你好 for formal or polite situations. Use hi, hello, 早，早啊，好久不见 with people you know. You can also greet someone by calling their name or title. And one of the most natural ways is to describe what someone is doing, like 你出门啦. So how do you say hi in your language? Please share it with me in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like. And if you're interested in learning Mandarin with me, you can find the link in the description. 下次见!